Hello Pisces, my name is Tiffany from Tiffany's Tarology, and it's so good to be here with all of you today. Happy new moon in Virgo, or whenever this meets you, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Because you may see this video days, weeks, months after the Virgo new moon. But this energy that we are really stepping into right now is activating your seventh house, Pisces, of partnerships, of contracts, of marriage. So these are all themes that could be coming up in your life. Maybe some of you are starting new jobs. Maybe some of you are starting new ventures. Maybe you're walking away from your old job and you're starting this new path. And it was funny, before I really got into astrology, I never could understand why September always seemed like a time when I would start a new job. But we move so rhythmically with the astrology, even when we don't know it. So a couple of days ago, I decided to sign up for some shifts in September during Virgo season to start working again. So I'm 6 months postpartum. Baby girl, I can't believe it. She's a Pisces. Her name is Lily, for those of you who don't know, and she came into my life in March, and it's time for mom to go back to work, but only 1 day a week. I will be going back. This will still be my full time. Okay. So Pisces, are you preparing for work? Are you also getting ready to jump back into that energy of maybe day-to-day routines with your health, because Virgo does rule the sixth house? Are you focusing on a better work-life balance? Are you managing your routines better? Are you getting back into a regimen? Are you focused on your marriage and your relationships as well, and how those lower vibrational relationships no longer serve that same purpose? Those could all be things that are coming up for you. We are going to be using the Dark Heart Tarot, and I wasn't expecting to use this, but the Resurrection Oracle, it says, "Welcome to your life," really caught my eye when I was coming into my office. I haven't used it on this channel before. It's a really beautiful deck. Doesn't have that many cards, kind of a smaller deck. But I do feel that this is the energy where you're coming to life. This is a new moon prior to the eclipse that's going to hit in your seventh house, Pisces. So let's see what Spirit has in store for you. I also want to mention, Pisces, I do offer readings. Some of you have been asking in the comments. Check under any video that I have posted. You will see a link to book with me. And if you have any issues with booking or paying, we will work it out. Just send me an email and we'll get you set up, okay? All right, Pisces, let's dive in for the new moon in Virgo. Wow. All right. You have write your own story. Inner child, calm before the storm. Feast or famine, the arrival. Growing old gracefully, the lament. And confidence is key. On the bottom of the deck, you have this beautiful card that says School Days. This definitely looks like a high priestess to me. Pisces, this is quite a beautiful and powerful spread. And I wish I could read to you every single thing that I just read in that book, but it would take way too much time. But each card that is on this table is so heavy and so rich with all of the changes that you're going through. And for those of you that have found this message, I'm so honored to be reading for you, because you are truly a spiritually beautiful person. Right now, Pisces, the only card I'm going to read to you at the end, and of course there are timestamps for those of you who want to skip over that, is going to be card number 14, the calm before the storm. Because I feel like the storm that's coming is going to be with the eclipse that's coming up in this Virgo energy as well. But right now, Pisces, you are healing your inner child. You're writing your new story. You are using the wisdom that you have gained as you've aged, as you have grown, as you've experienced a lot in your life, and you were about to give birth to something new. We had a reading a couple of days ago where we really talked about the birth process. The main energy was the Empress, and it was talking about how you're in the labor pains of it all. You're getting ready to bring forth something new. That's that calm before the storm, right before you go to the hospital type of energy. But you have the calm before the storm and you have the arrival. So you are in the birthing process right now. You're there. Something new, whether a physical child, a creation, a manifestation, it is on the way, Pisces. And this is no longer time to play victim. This is no longer time to self-doubt. This is a time for you to spiritually grow, heal, and move. So your first card here, where you're writing your own story, this is time for you to determine what the pages of your story are going to say. You may have made mistakes along the way. You may have had this inner child that you're trying to heal. You may have been going through what you felt like were insurmountable issues and mountains and valleys and all kinds of distress. But right now, Pisces, is the time for you to determine, where is your life going? This Virgo new moon is about starting fresh, especially in relationships and those that you are tied to. Anyone who has made you feel small. Any job that has not made you value your worth. Any enemies that you have that you openly know about, because this is the house of open enemies as well. It's time to cut ties with them. You are the author. You are the co-creator of your story. And your story is the life that you came here to live. It seems as though with the Lament card that you may be going through a period right now that is very easy to get distracted by. It's very easy to complain about. It's very easy to get stuck in the woeist me energy. But this is a time right now, Pisces, to understand that what you are lamenting about, what you are complaining about, what you are crying and grieving about, it is trying to be let go. That inner child in you that so desperately needed to be free so that she could become this beautiful adult, or, masculine energies, put yourself in there as well. This handsome adult, right? There is this energy right now in your life, Pisces, with this new moon, where this inner child that, has been going through and has gone through so much to get you here. She's ready to be released. She's ready to heal. She's ready to move on. And this new moon is an opportunity for you to do that. A lot of you, with the 7th house, 6th house energy being highlighted, were wounded by, I feel like, siblings or direct family. Like a mother wound could be very significant to you, because Leo is about the children. And your 6th house is ruled by Leo, and the 6th house is governed by Virgo. So what happened to you as a child? It could have been a father wound as well, because Leo does rule the sun. So a mother or father wound could be significant at this time. And maybe you're healing through that. Maybe you're talking about what you've gone through. Maybe some of you are headed into therapy. But this new moon is saying, okay, I'm healing that aspect of me. And I'm about to give birth to a new version of myself. You've grown, you've adapted, you've cleansed, you've spiritually enlightened yourself, which is really what this card in the bottom of the deck was about. And we'll get to that. And now, Pisces, you can give birth to this new version of you. I feel like many of you are at this precipice in your life where you are becoming someone you've never been before. And it's scary. Maybe you're also fighting with scarcity. And that's where this card comes in, where it says feast or famine. Spirit says you have enough. Abundance is headed your way, but even in times of lack, which is what you may feel right now, especially with Saturn going kind of in and out of your 2nd house, your self-worth is being affected, your money could be being affected. A lot of you are going through really big shifts with relationships, and a lot of the times when relationships fall apart, and that can be a business partnership, this could be a job, a boss relationship, money changes. So this card is here to tell you that this new moon is a time for you to appreciate what you have. I do see many of you also focusing on diet styles and foods, and maybe even traditional foods and heritages and things like that. Family recipes could be significant, but enough is enough. Your ancestors made do with what they had. And even if you feel like you don't have enough right now, understand, Pisces, that spirit is going to bless you with a lot more. This is a time, though, to get serious and to get, I want to say, crafty and thrifty with what you have to sustain yourself through the next 6 months. Because when the next 6 months completes with the Virgo full moon, you're going to be in a completely different place. I feel like a lot of abundance is going to be ripening in your life. And so this card is about being satisfied with what you have. And again, I'm feeling that energy of kind of like how our ancestors made do with what they had. And now we live in a life where, there's so much abundance. The grocery store's full of food. Whether it's real or not, is to be desired. But there's a lot that you do have, even in times of scarcity. And so now you carry with you this wisdom. Many of my followers on here, I think my database shows that I mostly read for 40 to 65-year-old people. I'm 33. I'm an old soul, though. I've been here before, and I think that's why I resonate with people older than me. But regardless of your age, Pisces, many of you have been through really difficult things in your life that have made you feel aged. Some of you are feeling your age, looking at yourself in the mirror, wondering, who the heck is that? And this Virgo energy is saying, take care of her still. Take care of him still. Work on your routines. Work on your body. Take that wisdom with you, though. It's important. You don't have to, fake it. You don't have to live in this world where you allow everyone to determine what aging looks like. This is the age of never getting old. And this is a time, though, that Spirit really wants you to bask in your knowledge, in your wisdom, as you write this new story. Embrace all of this knowledge. Embrace all of this aging. And if it's not physical aging, embrace all of the wisdom that you have learned at such a young age. And be confident in who you are. You may have issues with your body. You may have issues with your food habits. Might be a plus size girl like me. And the way that you talk to yourself is so important. Virgo can be very critical. I feel like Virgos can be a bit pessimistic or analytical, a little bit harsh at times. I am married to a Virgo. And they can be a bit of a nitpicker. But it's time for you to love on you, Pisces, as you walk into this new version of yourself. I feel like many of you, though, with the arrival card, you might be going through changes because you're carrying a lot of weight that is more energetic than it is real. And as you loosen this energy over the next 6 months, I feel like transformation is going to come for a lot of you in a physical sense, in a beauty perspective. The arrival of this new person who is confident, who loves who they are, whether you lose weight or not, or change your diets or not, I feel like there's a confidence that's going to come in for you, Pisces, that many of you have lacked. And so Spirit was just always preparing you for this storm that is headed your way. I really do believe the eclipse energy is brewing in this card. But the storm that comes is going to break down a lot of old structures, especially within relationship dynamics for you, especially related to Uranus energy, which is ruling your 4th house in Gemini. And you're going to have to come face to face with a lot of things being out of your hands. Fate's going to take its course. Spirit is preparing you with all this wisdom, saying, let it all burn down if you have to. You have enough. Don't get caught in scarcity mindset. Be confident in who you are. This is the time to write your story. This is the time to use that wisdom. And as you walk into this arrival energy of who you are, the storm, when it comes, yes, it's going to barrel down, but you're going to be able to make it through to the other side. And many of you are walking into your most spiritual era ever. Your ancestry is here as well. So you did this in a past life. But there's something about this life, though, where you are going to be the magnificent teacher. And I feel like a lot of Virgos can be teachers, right? They're planners, they're strategists. They are very well documented, very professional people, And This is a time, though, that you're going to use that like witchy nature, that warlock nature, that mysticism part of you to really get you through the storms that you are about to face and really call abundance into your life. So I'm going to read to you, again, timestamps below if you want to skip this part. Card number 14, the calm before the storm. I opened up directly to it. It's always weird when that happens. So it says, enjoy the silence. So are you sitting in silence right now, Pisces? Or things seeming a little quiet? I know they are for me. It says, sometimes life can be peaceful, quiet, even unremarkable. Take these times to enjoy and appreciate the calm. Life is full of unexpected storms, but not every storm must leave you riddled in chaos or uproot you from the shelter of quote-unquote home. It is how you handle these moments and ride the storm that can define an outcome. Sometimes it is easier to navigate. Other times there will be some damage. You cannot prepare for every storm, but remember there will be calm and sunny days again. So whatever is falling apart, Pisces, I had one of you comment and say you walked away from your 9 to 5, and I'm so proud of you. Let the storm pass and walk through this. Many of you are breaking away from toxic relationships, toxic family, toxic home environments. You have haters that you're walking away from. You're putting your foot down. You're standing in your confidence, and you actually have learned so much along the way. The storm is going to come, but you're going to walk gracefully through it. There's going to be an opportunity for that inner child in you to look up to you and say, thank you for rescuing me, for saving me, for getting me through this difficult time in my life. You're no longer going to be the victim. Your tears and all the things you've gone through, they're your story now. They are the reason why you are here and you're ready. Oh, what a beautiful energy coming through for you, Pisces. Where do you want to be in the next 6 months? Put yourself there. That was what we focused on yesterday's reading. Where do you want to be? Put yourself there. All right. Current situation for Pisces. For this Virgo new moon. 2 cards. 2 action cards. The Knight of Crystals, which is the Knight of Wands in the Chariot. I feel as though you're prepared for battle. You're moving forward and you're moving towards things that you actually want to do. The Chariot says Cancer energy could be very present. So your passions, your home, I would say your passions, your romantic life, your children, they could be all significant because Cancer rules your 5th house. But also that home part of you that you're kind of bulldozing through, those partnerships, those family relationships that are under fire. This is a time, Pisces, where I see you asserting yourself. And people are going to see a new Pisces. They're going to see a confident Pisces. They're going to see a Pisces who's fiery, who's daring, who's about to do something that I think nobody expected you to ever do. You're confident, though. And what I love about that Chariot is those are unicorns. This is a very magical manifestation portal for you, Pisces. Your challenge, and I do recommend manifesting in the next 3 days. 3 days before, 3 days after that portal for the new moon is open. Your challenge is the 7 of Pentacles. So you may have felt like you have been in a period where you've worked really hard only to reap very little. In the upright, this card can mean someone who's toiled and labored, but their bounty is about to come. The challenge position, though, makes this card as if it's in the reverse. So it's been difficult for you to move forward. Maybe your finances have been scarce. Maybe the work that you do has been upside down. And I really feel as though you haven't been able to leave the situation or really assert yourself or go in this new direction that you wanted to go in because there was a scarcity in your life that it was either caused by others around you or because you were in the wrong environments with your money and your finances. Maybe it was tied up in a home. Maybe it was tied up with family. Maybe there was something about a toxic boss in your life or just a toxic job even. And maybe you also had some magic projected towards you because again, The seventh house rules open enemies, so there could have been binding spells, binding techniques that were trying to keep you down. And this Five of Pentacles, where you're sorrowful, where you're sad, where you feel like you don't have enough. But Spirit says you're about to walk into the right opportunity to rebuild. This is the Eight of Pentacles. I do see a lot of new jobs. I see a lot of opportunity to make money. New avenues that you would have never explored or expressed. Some of you writing books, because again, our card said, write your own story. So verbally speaking your story, writing your story down, sharing it in a piece of artwork, sharing it in your music. Something's going on with your story. Strengths at this time for Pisces. This is a powerful new moon, Pisces. It just feels different. I feel like usually the Virgo energy is subtle, but maybe because it's where the nodes are right now, it's very potent. You have the Seven of Crystals for your strength. This is a person who is not going to back down. This is a confident person. This is someone who has learned to assert boundaries, who is picking up her own wand, who doesn't care about the projections of others. You have gone through the fire. You have been bullied, attacked. Again, that lament card said you could have gone through a period where you were the victim and you say no more. This is the time where you are starting to move away from the old relationships, the old partnerships, the old dynamics, the haters, the people that don't serve you, the jobs that don't serve you. And you're saying, I deserve better and I will fight for my right to be better, to do better. I'm moving on from you, from this. You want your 10 of Cups and you're going to do whatever it takes to have this new beginning with the Fool card here. I love it. You see your truth. You know what you're up against. Area of focus for Pisces. The Seven of Blades. This is a time for you to be strategic. Again, there has been a lot of deception energy around you, a lot of things taken from you. And now I see you flipping the psychology a bit and asking yourself, how can I make this work in my favor? How do I protect myself as I walk into this new future? I see you working smarter, not harder. I see you making a clear plan to escape from the matrix or escape from a family situation or to walk away from a negative energy. One where there could have been a lot of gossip with the Three of Cups. You could be dealing with a toxic Gemini. It also could be a Libra or an Aquarius, but Gemini has been coming up lately for us. Okay. Near future. Near future. Ooh, it didn't come out. Near future. The Knight of Cups. This is beautiful. I see you loving on you. I don't know why, but the energy I see here is you bringing your own self the encouragement. You're bringing your own self this cup of love. You are pouring into relationships that pour into you. You are loving relationships that love you back. The Knight of Cups means I'm leading with love in all of my partnerships, and that means that they must in turn love me back. That is beautiful energy, Pisces. You're not creating this energy of being small, being taken for granted anymore. You're not living in this energy of anxiety and depression and sorrow and you can't sleep and there's this person that's stressing you out. No, you're moving on. Recent past. Recent past. King of Blades. I see you coming correct. I see you coming direct. I see you saying, this is what I want. This is what I need. Many of you have also enlisted the help of someone in a higher position. Could be some, higher level professional, police officer, judge, lawyer, doctor, social worker, someone who can help you to assert your no or assert your yes. They're helping you to recoup your losses because, again, we have this Eight of Pentacles to this Five of Pentacles. They're helping you to rebuild what was taken, stolen, maybe what just wasn't given to you as it should. And there is this rebuilding energy. You have become that voice of reason as well. And I feel like you embody the King of Swords. You are coming into a more respectable energy yourself. Advice? Four of Pentacles. Be wise with your money. Be wise with your time. Be wise with whom you share and whom you take away. And also make sure that you are being the master of your own reality. I'm seeing this energy of her kind of conjuring this Four of Pentacles for some reason with her hands. There is a manipulation of money, or the way that you're using your money, you're saving your money, you're kind of rotating your money. Be smart at this time with your finances and with your material wealth, because there is about to be a breakthrough. But in the meantime, be smart. You are going to have a breakthrough energy though. I see overflow and abundance in due time. Virgo full moon with the Hermit card is going to be very significant for you. All right. Maybe that's when the money starts to flow in, Pisces. 6 months. I know you're probably like, come on, girl, 6 months. But hey, cycles are cycles for a reason. Maybe you're just starting something and in 6 months it completes and you're like, whoa, I see the increase. All right. Current environment. Ace of Crystals. This is the opportunity of a lifetime to start something new. This new moon says start something new in that 7th house. Don't settle for what used to be okay, what used to be your way of life, what used to be the way that you were passionately executing things. This is an opportunity to start over. And this is, Spirit, God, Creator giving you the wand to create the reality that you desire. A home could be very significant for you with that castle there. But this is also you writing that book, starting that podcast, being on that YouTube channel. This is you creating that artwork. There's something passionate that begins here as well. This could be that new job that gives you the ability to build and live a more passionate life. All right, hopes and fears. For the Virgo new moon. Okay. 8 of Cups. I swear this card has been following you, Pisces. It's been following us. I'm part of this collective too. You are afraid to some degree of walking away from this 7th house, 4th house energy. Maybe you're a little bit afraid. Again, I've been using this phrase last couple of days of upsetting the establishment, of upsetting what has already been there. What's already given you, some love and this and this and that, but it's not providing what you need. Your inner child is screaming at you to walk away from something so that you can be clad in this beautiful dress, in this beautiful wardrobe. You used to be very gray, but I see as you walk away, you find yourself again. You remind yourself of who you are. You walk into this beautiful ambiance that you can't see yet. It's almost like giving me the energy of Cinderella when she kind of spins or whatever the case is, and then she's all of a sudden in that beautiful dress. There's magic in walking away from those evil stepsisters and those evil stepmothers, those toxic connections, toxic family. Those were her open enemies as well. You were always meant to be the Cinderella, and you were always treated like you were nobody, overlooked, taken from, used and abused. Yeah, this is your Cinderella story. This is your glow up. This is the new moon in Virgo where you finally look at yourself and examine you. You're afraid of walking away because this again is in our hopes and fears. But when you walk away, Pisces, the 9 of Pentacles is waiting for you. There's an elegance, a beauty, a softness in your life that wants to emerge. There is this self-made energy. There's this abundance that's going to come into your life. This is the calm before the storm. This is actually after the storm. This is where you're at right now. The 5 of Pentacles. But once you walk away, Pisces, from that energy, you walk into the Nine of Pentacles. You finally see yourself the way that God, Creator, the divine source, always wanted you to see yourself. And I know it hasn't been easy. And I know this road, again, that lament card said you can kind of just keep complaining, keep living in this sorrow. But the moment that you find your confidence, Pisces, the moment that you remember who you are with the Strength card and have courage to go beyond this energy that has held you down for so long, you're going to pull the burden off your shoulders. You have been carrying something heavy. Your ancestry is highly activated at this time. Toxic karmic connections are no longer going to be able to go with you where you're going. It's going to take you a little bit of time to get there with the Knight of Pentacles, a slow roll. But the moment that you drop the energy, you walk away from the energy, you step into your Cinderella story, your life is going to take shape. What I find interesting though is when Cinderella went into that beautiful dress, she goes to the castle, she meets the prince. That's your abundance. That's the new connection. That's the new partner, the new job, the new timeline, right? Let's just say. That's the story you're writing. But then she does go through a period where she has to go through the fire. She, the bell strikes 12, all of the magic runs away. And that's a little bit of that eclipse energy. There's going to be something big that comes in that tries to maybe unsettle you for some time. But it's all going to work out. Eventually, that shoe made its way back to her. What's yours is going to be yours, Pisces. And that's what was yesterday's reading was like, they want to take this from you, but what's yours is always going to be yours. Those evil stepsisters, so siblings can be very significant, really try to steal that shoe and try to make it fit, but it will not fit anyone else but you. Could be dealing with a toxic masculine, a karmic masculine, a karmic Aries in your life. Potential outcome for Pisces. Temperance. You're going to have it all. You're going to have beauty. You're going to have rest. You're going to have love. You're going to have a job that pays well. You're going to have the home. You're going to have it all in moderation. You're going to actually learn that the true happiness that you're seeking comes from within, Pisces. The Temperance card is about finding harmony in your inner and outer world. So this Virgo new moon is going to upset the establishment for some time, but it's going to provide you with the downtime that you need before the storm comes in. This is the Four of Swords, to prepare yourself. It brings in that tranquility into your life. It ends this karmic disaster, this Ten of Blades, and you begin to have a new outlook on life where you're going towards something new, something you've never been or done before. You're taking a risk on being this new version of you, and this is where that card, what did it say? The arrival. Like you are arriving, Pisces. You are finally here. My little one is crying, so I think my time here is done. She's very in tune with the reading. Sometimes she doesn't let me get through them, but I'm trying my best, Pisces. But I think we're going to end it here. I'm really happy for you. I'm really happy for where this is going for you. And I can't wait to see what this new moon in Virgo brings into your life and the love that you are able to feel because you finally invested in yourself and you cut out all these karmic partners. So good luck. Happy new moon in Virgo, and I'll see you again tomorrow, Pisces. Love you.